Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Horror Slumber Party podcast.
Yes.
And
I'm Emily.
Emily is tired.
I'm very tired.
I have coffee.
Yeah, I don't, but if my voice sounds like this, I'm sorry. But apparently I'm turning old. It's 11:40 and I'm just like done.
I mean, to be fair though, it is in the not middle of the week. Tomorrow's Friday. But
yeah, it's
I'm so excited tomorrow's Friday.
I'm very neutral that tomorrow's Friday.
Neutral. You're like, whatever.
I mean, I'm still going to go to class and go to work. Like,
it's just like every other day.
It really is, which is
but
unfortunate.
we have a fun weekend coming up, so
yeah,
I think that's why I'm
going
excited.
to a party
Halloween.
with our boss.
I'm excited.
Or at our boss's house. She wants to listen, by the way. I think I told you that.
She's so cute.
I know, she's precious.
I love her. Anyways, so
what happened with you this week?
oh my god, my friend got engaged.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
What happened to you this week?
I got engaged. I thought that was really clever thinking of it. Now that it happened, it doesn't feel like it was.
Now that it happened, it's like, why did we do that?
Yeah, I wish that we could edit it out, which we can, but I'm not going
We're
to.
not doing that. Y'all get to enjoy it. And you know what? Go play that again and enjoy it again.
Please just replay that entire part. Don't listen to the rest of the podcast.
Just listen to that over and over and over.
That's all I want you to do. It's not that hard. Please.
Folks.
Please don't
I bet
Curtis
that was
Connor
loud.
Yeah, it like got really...
Oh, wow. Sorry, headphone users. Anyways, but yeah, this week I stressed about my grades. There's that.
Who doesn't?
My math teacher literally told me I should just drop the class.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of faith in you. Wow.
I know, and I was like, usually when you go to a teacher, they're like, oh, okay, like, I mean, all the professors I've had, they've like, okay, well, maybe like this, if you do this again, it'll bring up your grade. You know, like, I don't know, they've helped me. I went up to her, and yeah, she is giving, because a lot of people failed the last test. She's giving all of us a chance to retake it by Wednesday. But if we don't make a 60 or higher, she said, just drop the class. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. She also proceeded to tell me that I should be proud that I live in the U.S.
I mean, what a lady.
Because me and my friend in that class, we were asking, like, oh, but, like, what if we made a 55? Like, you know, what are our chances of passing? It was just a genuine question. And she was like, well, why are you shooting for a 55? You should be shooting for an 80.
An 80? Not even 100?
But we were like, I mean, we're just like kind of wondering, you know?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I think you should have more optimism. Wake up the morning of the test and be thankful you live in the U.S. And I was like, so inspirational.
Why does that sound like a haiku? Wake up for the test. Crap, that's only 5 syllables. There needs to be something with 7
I know, I was like, wait, where are you going?
Hope you don't get a 50.
5.
No, we'll just go with 50.
Okay.
Thank God for the U.S. No, that's...
You just got really loud because you got close.
I'm really sorry I can't do haikus on the spot.
Anyways, I mean, that was my day. It was like oddly, it was just weird.
That is kind of weird.
My teacher told me to drop, but be proud I'm in the U.S.
You know, I've never had that combination.
I was like, all right. I mean, okay.
You know, I've never had a teacher tell me to drop and then go, but thank goodness you live in our country.
I know. I was like, she was like, Pete, glad you get to go to school. I was like, I mean, I've never said I'm not grateful. I'm just asking, what do I get? If
like,
I get a 55.
Like, it's a question that,
Yeah,
like just in case. It's not like you're aiming to get a 55.
Yeah, like, she was telling me what I would get with certain grades, and I was just like, okay, but what about a 55?
But so the other ones were acceptable, but as soon as you got to 55, it was like game over.
No, you live in the U.S.
Oh, also, we're recording in a different spot right now.
Yeah, in case y'all can't tell.
Yeah.
But It's fun. I'm actually a lot comfier.
I am
honestly.
not, because I'm having to lean forward so much, and I just got adjusted today, so I'm not feeling too hot.
Sad.
I'm fine.
My feet are up, and I am drinking coffee.
Yeah, you can't just say drinking. We are underage.
It's true, we are. I turned 21 in March, though, so it's fine.
I was gonna say we're 12. I was hoping that people would just be like, "Oh, that's weird," you know.
I would have laughed so hard, but like no one else would, you know.
I know, that's just how our humor is, man. It's just we
fun.
laugh at ourselves, and then people are like, "What are you doing?" Like, we were at dinner with one of our friends and her boyfriend, or well, not one of her boyfriends, no, her boyfriend earlier.
One of them.
And she was telling a story that, or Jeanette was telling a story that both her and I found hilarious, and they were just like staring at us.
I know, I was like, it's okay. We understand.
We know that only we are funny to each other. It's all fine.
Half of the jokes in this podcast are just us.
Yeah, I'm surprised that anyone listens. It's because they don't.
I'm not.
Hi, Mom and Dad. My mom doesn't listen. You know what she told me?
Oh, no.
She was like, I mean this with the utmost respect, but I'm never going to listen to your podcast. I was like, oh, thank you, Mom.
I mean, at least it was with the utmost respect. That is so funny. And honestly, understandable. It's fine.
Well, my little sister started listening to it.
Oh, she's so cute. She's my fave.
My fiance's listened to like 2 episodes maybe, and then he was like, you talk too much in that one. I was like, all right, that's fine. And then like that was it.
I mean,
I'm just
Parker's
kidding.
listened to one, so
good for him.
I mean, I think I know a lot of people who have listened to at least one, so that's good.
I mean, yeah.
This is not a self-deprecating podcast. Let's move on.
Okay, so on to very sad news. So, do you remember where we left off last week? Because it's been a week since we recorded.
I think it was literally just after what happened, right?
Yeah. So in case you didn't listen to part 1, please go back and listen to part 1.
You will be highly confused.
Yeah. Today we are covering the Richardson Family Murders, or at least the aftermath of said murders. This is a really rough case, by the way. Like, it's really rough. So
I was contemplating life after the last one, so
yeah, it's
ready.
So where we left off was right after JR, I forgot what we were calling her for a second.
I know, me too.
And Jeremy Stanky had... His name is Stanky. I said Stanky, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
why I was like, hold in your laughter.
I mean, his name should be Stanky. He's probably smells like really bad.
I mean, honestly, yes.
The fridge is making ice, so I got scared.
Okay, it was the ghost with the windbreaker.
So where we... Okay, anyway, so...
They don't need to know.
No, they don't. Because our friends didn't laugh at it, so why should people we don't know?
Exactly.
Okay, back to the sadness. So, all of this happened on April 23rd, 2006, because it's been a week since we talked about this.
Not 2009?
Not 2009. You don't need to talk about that. We cut that part out. So anyway, all of this happened on April 23rd, 2006. So where we left off, Jeremy left the house, leaving JR there, just like by herself. And so she just took a cab to his house. She just took a cab there. And apparently...
They couldn't just ride together.
Yeah, no, he just like freaked out and left. So, yeah, but apparently she called a cab and she got in the cab. And then the person that was driving the cab asked, "You work at the golf course?" And she just said, "No."
What?
And then she said, "It's kind of early." And she said, "I want to get an early start. I just got off being grounded for 2 weeks and I'm going to see a friend." This was at 5 a.m. What kind of early start are you getting to go see a friend?
Who asks if someone works at the golf course at 5:30?
I mean, okay, I'd assume it like opened at that time, but yeah, I'd assume like a coffee shop more than
opens at 5:30?
Well, I don't know. I don't know golf course hours. I don't work at one.
Well, I guess a lot of older people play golf too.
I guess. Okay, anyway, now that we're off of the golf course segue. I was going to segue. We weren't going to talk about golf courses.
No, wait.
Okay, anyway. So she got to his house and she was basically just like, what the hell, dude? To Jeremy. And he just basically said that he was panicking a lot. And so he just left.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I would too.
I mean, I wouldn't be in that position in the first
place.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
But yes, panic is a reasonable thing, I guess.
So, yeah, no, I would definitely be panicking in this situation, but probably not for the same reasons that they're panicking.
I would,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so before JR had left, she took her mother's purse and her credit card. Well, I guess it was a debit card. That doesn't matter. So, and then...
Excuse me, ma'am, did you use credit or debit?
So she went to an ATM, basically, and she put in her mom's PIN, and then she took a lot of cash out of it. Yeah, so she just took, like, a bunch of money from Jeremy, which is really cool. Or not from Jeremy. What the heck am I saying? I'm so sorry. From her mom. Where am I right now? Am I here?
No.
Okay.
You're levitating. Get down.
No. Okay, so after this, she went back to his house because, she left, got money, and then she just, like, went back. To which Jeremy had cleaned himself up. He was apparently breathing really heavily. And apparently JR did not look too good. But apparently they went and they sat on his bed. And apparently he kissed her. There wasn't any more information there. But we haven't talked about this in this episode. She's 12.
Oh, yeah. We gotta repeat that.
Oh, yeah. He's 12. No. She's 12 and he's 23.
1, 2 fellas.
In case you forgot how fellows and fellows.
Yeah.
Is a fella a girl?
Version, yeah. I made that up. You're welcome.
I love that, honestly.
But yeah, 1, 2. Tie your shoe.
Wow, thank you. Okay, so apparently after this, they drove to an apartment building where Jeremy parked, like, on the side, and then they went, like, up to someone's room. The person's name was Cam Barkley. So they went up to his room, and apparently Jeremy just looked at him. He was like, I just got effed up. And then he asked him how to clean blood off of knives. Not even just one. Multiple.
Okay, I mean, isn't it like easy though, cleaning blood off of a knife? I feel like all you gotta do is wash it. No,
I don't know. I don't have much experience with that, but yeah, no, I'd assume you just like use the use the dishwasher, but
wash it off. And
then just like rinse it, use some soap
to where the blood's off, and then you can put it in the dishwasher.
This may sound sketchy, but it's just like cleaning a spoon, like after you eat cereal. Okay, it's not the same. It's not the same. No, but like all. I mean, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're like it's just doing dishes. Like just do the dishes, Jeremy. Have you never done dishes?
Do them very good. No, he hasn't done the freaking dishes because all he cares about is freaking
werewolves and shit.
Yeah,
I forgot he's a werewolf. Did you forget he's a werewolf?
This is the first time you cussed on a podcast.
We're keeping it a secret. No one needs to hear that. Just skip past that part.
Okay. Unhear it.
So I'm going to read this quote because it makes me feel disgusting. My computer also hates it. It says, we were talking and I kind of cuddled up to him. He was trying to make me feel better and comfort me. I was scared. He asked me to rub his back. We started kissing. He pulled me on top of him and we had sex. Okay, so here's the timeline. They get together. They kill her parents. Hours later, they have sex. After they kill...
And a child.
And a child, yeah. And a child. A child.
That
okay.
is...
So while all of this was happening, they started to like try to relax and like rest and stuff like that. But it was really hard for JR to rest. And she said, I didn't feel like anything was real. I was so out of my mind. I couldn't really process what had happened. And I was trying really hard not to think about it. Okay, so... So you're okay with having sex immediately after killing your family and your little brother. But okay, we're just gonna skip past it. Are you okay?
How could you do that like after any kind of like sad situation?
I don't know. Like
that's even more.
I could drop a vase and then just be way too sad to do anything, you know? Yeah.
Drop a vase.
I was looking at a vase when I said it. It's just what came to my head.
I was about to be like watching Old Yeller or something. Like, that's sad.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like,
and then
you just kind of want to go.
And then your boyfriend's just like, all right, let's go. And you're just like, no. Like, no. But apparently JR was like, yeah, okay.
You're like, all right.
But also, you're 12. You should know what sex is. No, okay, wait.
You should.
I guess you should know to
I
be
didn't know.
safe during it. Yeah, no, me neither.
I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Literally.
14 was my year of learning.
No, honestly,
14.
like, same.
Yeah.
13, 14?
Like, because the public school system just, like, didn't teach us anything.
Yeah.
And I had to, like, ask my friends, and it felt really weird.
I learned from my sister and her... Were they married yet? Maybe?
Just say her husband now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean husband now,
Yeah.
but... No, not my parents.
Okay, so... Yeah, no, same. Okay, so now this is going to bring us to how the bodies were found. This is really sad to me.
Aww.
So, Jacob's best friend named Gareth lived next door. And basically, Gareth had woken up and he had seen that all of their vehicles were there. So he was like, can I go play with Jacob? And his mom was like, I mean, yeah, sure, whatever, that's fine.
It was...
Hold on. You're okay. So he went and like he rang the doorbell and obviously nothing happened. And so he like looked in the window of the basement and he saw the bodies of the mother and the father, so Mark and Deborah. He saw their bodies. And so he ran back to his house, of course, and said, Mommy, there's bodies at Jacob's with blood on them. I saw them through the basement window. And so...
Wait, how old is he?
Yeah.
The same age as Jacob? So...
Yeah, the same age as Jacob. So about like 5 or so. Or 8. Wow, 5? Where am I? He was about... Or he was 6 when this happened. I'm sorry.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All the same
so
age.
sad.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even if it was like a 13-year-old going to find the bodies, it's still sad.
It's so sad. But yeah, that's how they...
That makes it even worse.
That's how they were found.
Little baby found them.
So the police were obviously called for them. Are you okay?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just sad to think like one of my nephews or something like going and finding bodies.
I mean, like, yeah, it's really rough to think about that. Don't think about that.
I mean, it's like I don't know, when you hear stories like this,
it's hard not to think about hypotheticals.
Yeah, and like putting you and your family in that position.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, but anyways, go on.
So at this point, obviously, like his mom totally freaking out, they called the police. And the police that were on the scene said that this was like some of the most awful thing that they'd ever seen. Yeah. And, well, you know, whenever they got there, they noticed that there was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood in Jacob's room, but there wasn't any in JR's room. And so, you know, they automatically just began to think that she was kidnapped because, I mean, she was 12. Their first thought wasn't that it was her.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's a thing a murderer would do, is kill the family and then kidnap the little girl.
Sadly.
You know, like...
Yeah.
Or, like, trying to kidnap her, and then they were stopping them, so they just killed him. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, those would be my first thoughts, too. I mean, sadly, but yes. Because she's only 12, so it's like, what?
You really wouldn't walk into a house, see a murder scene, and expect it to be a 12-year-old, especially one as horrific as
their
this
daughter.
One. I know. Yeah, especially since it was their daughter.
Like, I mean, if there's a random child that's still weird and out of the ordinary, but it was also their daughter.
Yeah.
/ sister.
Oh.
Jacob.
I know. So, they went to talk to the school about that. So they were trying to, like, see if they could get into the locker or something like that, you know? And the principal couldn't just randomly do like just open the lockers, but the counselor was able to do that. So she opened the locker and there was a comic inside. So I'm going to read you this comic, okay? So it's a picture, you can look on with me. It's a picture of 4 people. One of them is labeled as angry, and the other ones are saying, let's go for a walk. And then right here, it says Jeremy's truck. And it shows one of them running to the truck, saying, yay, gasoline, and then putting gasoline in the sprinklers. So whenever the sprinklers turn on, everyone's very happy about that happening. And then she proceeds to light them on fire because of the gasoline. And it says, oh, I'm burning alive. Help, help, my flesh is being burned off. And the last one is, it just says, it shows 2 of the stick figures who we are, believed to be JR and Jeremy laughing, saying, aha, you're burning alive.
You missed the one that said someone saying the unimaginable pain.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Could you not read it?
No, I could. I just
thought
kind
you skipped
of
it because for a second I couldn't read it either.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is so sad.
So this comic, you can hear how sketchy that is. You know. I
mean, that's not how she did it. Was that how she was wanting to do? I mean,
I think it was just her symbolizing that she wanted to kill her family and just be with Jeremy.
I was about to be like, that's kind of dumb because I feel like you could smell gasoline and be like, what the heck? Because gasoline has a very strong smell.
Oh, yeah.
If it starts coming out of the sprinklers, I'd be concerned.
You know what I learned in Friends? That they put the smell in there so that you can know if you're having a leak.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that in Friends. And then Phoebe was like,
So
Ross, what else do they add smells to? It was really good.
Wait, so gasoline actually has no smell?
I think so. I could just be very wrong.
It's just learning things from Friends.
I love Friends. Wow. So yeah, that was found. And I mean, okay, that's terrifying. And like, you can see that they're running to Jeremy's truck in it.
I know. She put Jeremy's truck.
Girl, okay, but I mean, okay, look, she's 12. I mean, and she also found a note that says, may the hatred and anger built of blazing infernos fill you and overcome you. May the pains of 1,000 tortured souls... She misspelled tortured. I keep having to remind myself she's 12. Okay. 1,000 tortured souls come upon you like a scalding blade and eclipse over other noble feelings. May your hopes, dreams, and happiness fall into a swirling pit of despair and never return.
Oh my god.
Yeah. May your peace of mind and safety be gone to you to be forever afraid and ailed. May the black overcome you and the pain never ending. May all your love be stolen and destroyed, just out of reach, to never again feel such joys. So yeah, there's that. So both of these definitely put her into a suspect position rather than just a victim.
Did she ever use I'm 12 as like an excuse?
I'm not too sure, actually. I don't think so. No.
I mean, if she was smart, I mean, not saying like it would stop them, but I feel like that would be like a good like.
Oh, we'll get to her sentencing. Don't worry about it. So basically at this point, Jeremy and JR went with a bunch of their friends in a truck, and they were just like trying to drive away from it all. And they were still in this one town, okay? This is it's in Alberta. And one of the police officers that was trying to track down JR realized, oh, hey, they're probably going to need gas eventually. So he didn't follow them. He didn't find them. He went to the biggest gas station in town and just waited them out. And sure enough, seriously, yeah. Well, they were in the back of one of their friends' trucks, like in the bed of the truck.
They literally just went to the biggest gas station.
Yeah. This happened like a few days later. Something that I totally forgot to talk about was they went to a party, JR and Jeremy, and they were like all over each other, like disgusting. After the murders, yeah. They were just like all over each other, and they started talking about the murders, and JR giggled and said, "My brother gargled." And remember, she slit his throat.
That is so sad.
It's so sad.
Oh my god.
I know. So you can tell that there's not remorse. So even if she's trying to claim that there clearly isn't much remorse at all.
Wait. Who heard that? How was that quoted?
It was just someone that was at the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So while they were at that gas station, two of the girls, their names were Casey and Kaylee, they like went inside and they got a newspaper and like some snacks and stuff. But on the newspaper, it was a picture of JR, obviously, because like she was missing, like her family had been killed. Yeah. And they were like, crap, like this girl's family was killed, because I don't think they didn't know about this at the time.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, crap, we like have to tell her. So they brought her the newspaper, and all she did was like just handed it to Jeremy, and Jeremy just laughed and said, that doesn't even look like you. So oh yeah.
They weren't even like slightly concerned, maybe? Like, oh, well,
no, they didn't
try to come find me because I mean I'm like quote unquote missing.
No, they didn't even try.
Well, I mean she is 12, so I guess she didn't really think about that.
So yeah, no, they did not think about it. So at about this point, actually this happened at another gas station. I am just all over the place tonight. But whenever they got to the big gas station in town, they got pulled over because they recognized the truck. And underneath, in the back, underneath the blanket, was Jeremy and JR, but she wasn't wearing any pants.
Ew.
I know. Yeah. So let me read this quote for you. As they were being driven to the station, Casey, Jenny, Kaylee, and JR worried that Jeremy might have charged with raping an underage girl, which he should have been.
Yeah.
According to Casey, JR had her pants off and the cops wouldn't let her put them back on.
Wouldn't?
No, wouldn't let her. Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. One of the girls told JR to claim that the cops raped her. They joked that they might subject to an orifice search, According to Casey, JR said, "It wouldn't even be sexy if it was a hot cop because I still like Jeremy." What are you doing, girl?
She's being 12 because she doesn't know anything.
Well, because like...
Well, I mean, she's not really being 12.
No, she's not being 12. No, but they were just like, "Why don't you act like that cop raped you?" And she was like, "It wouldn't even be hot." Like, what?
At least make it hot. What?
Pardon me?
Nothing about rape, no matter who it is, even if it's a hot cop.
Literally not okay.
That's
in
not
any
a
situation.
Thing. Oh my god, I'm getting angry.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
at this 12-year-old.
Shall we go back to the crime scene?
No.
I know you don't want to. I know. I don't either, but we have to.
Can I just cover my ears and they can
No, sorry. You signed up for this. You have to listen. So, okay. On crime scenes, blood stains can be analyzed, obviously. Like, you can figure out, like, where they were going, how far they were in, how long they were in a specific position, like, what happened there, that sort of thing, you know? Yeah, there were 15 subgroups that were in the house, basically. And in Jacob's bedroom, apparently there were 100 plus projected stains in the carpet. Oh my god. Yeah, and there were also stains on the foot of the bed, and there was apparently a very, very heavy stain at the bedroom floor. And there were blood stains against the wall and on the chair next to his bed and on the dresser. And as I said last time, I believe that there was some on his lightsaber, which makes me so, so sad to think about. And there was also a stain in the upstairs bathroom.
I don't think you told them last time. I think you just told me.
Oh, let me tell you. Apparently there was also some blood on a lightsaber that was in Jacob's room.
And so basically it was like he was trying to defend himself with lightsaber. Because, I mean, that's what a little 8-year-old would think of. Who's like, I mean, it protected.
Yeah, I'm crying too. This one's really hard.
It protected Luke Skywalker. So it protects him. That is so sad.
It's so sad. You ready to go into the next one? We don't have to talk about Jacob anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, we can't just ignore him, sadly. Okay, so now we're going to skip to the body of Mark. So there were 30 plus splatters that were apparently from a bloody moving object, which was, well, the knife in this situation. Yeah. There was something else about Jacob that I had in my notes, but I'm just going to skip past it.
I'm like, wait,
we're okay.
Just say it.
Okay, it just says that Jacob was attacked in the hallway outside of his room, and then he moved into his bedroom where, after, quote, a fair amount of activity, he died in his bed. So basically, he fought hard. Like, he really, really tried. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I know. It's heartbreaking.
Sister. Who she apparently loved.
Yeah, supposedly. No, I'm sure. No, supposedly. I'm sticking with that. I don't need to defend her right now. So, yeah. Sorry, it got really quiet on this end because, this one's just really hard to talk about.
I mean, it was hard to talk like last episode, but like even worse because it's like, I don't know, more about the actual death.
Yeah. All right. So what they could find from the breaking and entering is that he knew exactly what he was doing in the house. Like, he didn't try to go any places that they couldn't need to do. So it was clear that it was someone that knew the house. Basically, that's it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
She knew the house.
So they knew that the work was of 2 people. Like, they knew that it wasn't just one person to do it because of how hard Mark fought. Mark and Jacob fought. Like, it wouldn't be able to just be one person that did it. That's how they speculated that it was more than one person that did the murders.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So whenever we're going back to the other side. Now, whenever they got arrested, they got put into 2 separate cop cars. So it's Jasmine was in one and... What?
It's like the A and B story, like in TV shows.
What? Sorry.
Because you're talking about, like, what's happening at the house, like the crime, like, crime scene and stuff. But you're also talking about, like, them on the run. Yeah. So it's like the A story and B story in, like, a show.
I got you. Yeah, sorry.
Or slash movie, whatever.
Both. Yeah, no, exactly. So they went to jail.
Thank God.
They got arrested, and so JR was handcuffed in a cruiser, that sort of thing. She asked if she would be able to talk to her friends or like where they are, and he said they're still being talked to, and she said, I can't believe this is happening to me. Yeah. So at about 6 p.m. on April 24th, both JR and Jeremy were charged with first-degree murder, or 3 counts of first-degree murder on Mark, Deborah, and Jacob. So both of them were charged for each one of the murders in the first degree, which I think was good.
Yeah, well, that is good.
I mean, not good. Obviously, you don't want to be tried for murder, but yeah.
Needed that sentence.
So I'm just gonna tell you about what they did in order to get JR to confess, because I mean, okay, look, she's 12. You know, there are a bunch of laws in Canada that it's a bunch of rules that they had to abide by in order to not break the law while talking to her. So they had to abide by all of these rules, and her identity is entirely protected. Like, her name isn't even released in this book. We're not trying to release it here on the podcast. Her identity is protected. You can find her name, like, online. I've actually said it a few times, like, as we've been talking about it.
But we just edited it.
Yeah.
But also, if she was able to, like, change her name and stuff, then why does it matter? Because, I mean, I bet she changed her name.
No, she probably did, but I don't know, honestly. I think it's just because she was underage at the time and they can link it back. I have no idea, honestly.
Good job.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so glad. So, basically, there were 2 cops. Their names were Sheehan and Cole. And they wanted to obviously try to get a confession out of her because that's their job. So they decided, they looked at like what kind of girl she was, and they were like, all right, so we're going to do like a bad cop, good cop sort of approach thing, but not exactly like that. They were going to do a dad cop, cool cop approach.
A dad cop?
A dad cop, cool cop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so basically Cole was a veteran already. So he had a graying mustache. He had been in the army for 19 years. So he was going to do the fatherly approach.
Oh yes.
And that didn't really help.
What did he do? How did he approach her?
He said, everyone says how pretty you are. How come you're crying? That sort of stuff, like just in like a soft voice, just like a father would. And he said, she said, I didn't kill anybody. And he said, I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm a police officer, but want to make sure that your rights are protected.
Okay.
So he was just like really like sweet and loving and stuff like that. But he didn't really get much from it. However, whenever Sheehan came into the picture, it worked a lot better because he looked Let me just explain the description. It says he was a 35-year-old. He had dark hair, blue eyes, and was wearing a pair of trendy glasses. It says trendy. I had to use trendy. What?
I'm like, what style of glasses?
I don't know, man. But I don't know what kind of glasses were popular in 2006, but I guess Sheehan's were poppin'. He had some good glasses. But she took that bait, I guess, technically, like, immediately. So she, like, even specifically said, your S's are weird. They're upside down. Like, she was just, like, being, like, normal with him.
Like, flirting with him?
I don't know. It sounds like flirting, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, yeah, probably. I was about to say, when you said 35, I was about to say, her type. Because he's so older.
But they basically, like, spoke about a lot of the stuff here, and he figured out a really good way to get her to do the confession. He basically said, what I want you to do is I want you to write down an apology to them, like, for what you did. So by her writing down an apology, she was going to write down exactly what she did.
Oh my god.
So he got her to do that. And let me just read what she wrote. Okay. Or did you want to read it?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
She loves reading stuff out loud.
Oh, do I?
Are you kidding me? Yes, you absolutely do.
Dear lovely parental... Can't speak now.
You're trying really hard.
Parental units. She doesn't even say mom and dad.
That's sad.
I am writing in response to the events of Sunday morning. I am What?
Which one?
I am terrible. I'm sorry, I know how to read. I'm tired. A terrible thing happened. Something I feel was all my fault. You must know I love you all dearly, and you are in my prayers. I wish peace upon your souls in the Summerland. To my little brother, I apologize for letting you hear what had happened. Also for causing you any pain and for frightening you so much.
I'm sorry, pause. First, she wanted to apologize for letting him hear what happened, but then she apologized for causing him pain. Like, I feel like the thing you should be apologizing for is the fact that you killed him. I'm sorry, please continue.
To my parents, I hope you know that through all that has happened, I loved you the whole while. Yes, you should have showed it.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could take everything back. I wish it hadn't happened. I wish you were with me right now, because now I have no one. I pray you can forgive me, and Jeremy too, because he was under the influence of mind-altering substance and did it out of love for me.
Okay. 12.
He is most possibly the kindest person I've ever met. He wished being for my happiness.
How are you the kindest person that he killed your family?
So kind.
I know that you asked him to, but that doesn't make him kind, even if you ask him to kill your family.
Okay, but if my loved significant other was like, I love you so much, can you help me kill my family? I'd be like, what the actual... I'm leaving.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be like, you know what, you're right. Like, no.
I'm sorry.
I'd call the police.
I mean, I would do anything
out
for my significant other, but killing people?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Especially, like, family? No.
Yeah, and she's just like, he's so nice.
Let me finish this.
Okay.
Through all the fights and hatred exchanged, I still loved you. I am sorry my sarcasm was taken to heart. I never meant to harm you. I pray you can be at peace somehow.
So there's her confession, basically. And what's interesting about this is you can tell that she's 12 because of, like, there's typos. Like, she doesn't know how to spell everything yet. So not everything is spelled right.
He told JR he would take care of her, that he would be her guardian angel. The cop.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I was like, wait, who?
Give that back.
No, I just read that and I was like, oh, well, What a tricker.
Yeah. So, basically, after this, JR and Jeremy were able to write to each other.
Why did they allow
in
that?
prison? I don't know.
That's like what the parents never wanted. Why would they?
I don't know.
It's like they're finally separated, and then they're still good to.
And then they still just like, yeah.
Like, hey, what's up?
So here is the first note that was passed between them.
Wait, I kind of like reading.
Oh, do you want to? Of course you do. Of course.
We can.
Here you go.
Wait, how many notes are there? Because we can like exchange.
We'll just do the first one for right now, and then we'll see where we go.
Okay, where does it start?
It's right here.
Oh, this paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, this was from Jeremy to.
This one was from JR to Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That day, Tuesday, April 25th, Runaway Devil wrote the first of several revealing jailhouse love letters that Shihan passed between her and Jeremy. It read, I love you with all my heart, and no matter what happens, please don't forget that people are lying, including Casey Lancaster, it says in...
Good. Thank you.
I feel very alone. Stay strong. God, I can't seem to write what I feel, but I love you eternally. Try to hope. There is only so much bonds of flesh can do to the soul. Kisses. Gross.
Yeah. So.
Do not end with kisses.
Yeah, I don't like that. But they started writing each other, like, back and forth in the jail cell. And then Shihan was able to, like, deliver them. Because, obviously, most of these were going to be used as evidence. You know?
I guess that did make sense as to why.
Absolutely. The fact that he went along with it, I don't know.
He's just so dumb.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably one of the
sure.
stupidest, 25?
He's 23 right now still.
The stupidest 23-year-old I have ever heard of.
Yeah, I really just hate everything about this case.
But I don't...
So, it was about this time whenever he popped the big question to her.
Oh, Emily, what's your story?
This is actually how David and I got engaged.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. Please don't take that seriously. Yeah, he decided to propose to her over the letters. I'm just going to read this, okay? This starts with a PS, by the way, which I think is really weird, but okay. It says, PS, you said you want to be engaged? Then here's a cue. Sorry, please go.
Does PS stand for post statement?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't know why.
Post statement.
And then he just puts it at the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. PS, you said you want to get engaged? Then here's a cue. Will you marry me? If so, then it is a verbal agreement. 12 years old.
Wait, hold on. A verbal... What does that even mean?
Like, it's just like you agree. That's literally it.
Oh.
Like, you have it written down, like you can't go back on it, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she wrote this. I'm just skipping the rest of it because it's really bad. And it says kisses and ellipses like a lot. And it's signed your lover, Jeremy. And I just don't want to read that.
I mean, I want to hear it.
Okay.
I'll read it if you don't want to.
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. I love you more than life itself. I've added you to my visitors list. So once you're released, please visit after. Never forget how much I care or that I love you. We can keep visiting each other till we can be together again. Without you, this life isn't worth living. Kisses. The thought of being with you is all that is helping me stay somewhat sane. We shall be together.
Oh, nice.
Together. Like
nice.
number.
Of course.
Gather. Gather is not a word.
No, neither is just the number 2, but
I mean that's closer than
it's definitely closer.
gather. Anyways, again, I promise. Stay true to your promises, and I shall to mine. Casey continues to lie. I wish I could hold you right now. Stay strong and continue to write me, please. I need you. I love you. I miss you. Kisses, XOXOXO. Your lover, Jeremy.
I hate that with a burning passion. So, let me just...
Do you think they stayed together after jail?
They didn't. Spoiler alert. I'm really sorry. She just made the most sad face.
All this for nothing.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so this is what she wrote in response to the engagement question. Okay?
Okay. I'm ready.
Dear Jeremy, ah ha 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 ha. I never thought I'd find myself hysterically laughing in a holding cell in these kind of circumstances, or ever, really. I'm sorry, that is the most emo thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I never thought I'd hear myself hysterically laughing ever. I'm sorry, I just had to touch on that. But still, haha, you make me so happy. Yes, yes. Oh, that's long. We're not going to read all that.
Wait. I can read it fast.
Okay, I got it. I would love to. Of course I'll come visit you. I have to find where you're being held. Ahaha, I'm so happy. I must be happily insane then. Either way, apparently I get a psychiatrist. Interesting information I came across. Anything you say to anyone, including a psychiatrist, unless issued by a lawyer, can be used against you for F's sake. Rar.
Ew.
Which is written out. The world really is against us. Do you have a lawyer yet? Do you know where you're going in the near future? Oh, I wish I could hold you and make you feel better. Ah, I love you so much. I'm going crazy. Have you been in jail before?
These sound like, it sounds like a one-sided conversation. Like,
yeah, this is really long.
It's like just texts, but no one's replying.
Okay, I'm sorry, but she asked him if he'd been in jail before. Like, she doesn't even know this about him.
Well, I'm sure she doesn't know a lot of things.
Like, not to have sex with a 23-year-old if you're 12. Also, not to kill your family. I feel like that's something, like, the first thing that they teach you in school is just, like, don't kill your family.
This is kind of gross, but, like, did she even hit puberty yet?
No. Well, no, remember, ugh, she had early puberty.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
she had really early pubescent.
So then she literally could have gotten pregnant, too.
Oh, yeah.
At 12.
Oh, yeah. No, she actually writes him later and says, by the way, I'm not pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so where were we? We were after RAR. Ha, I've counted, and at the times during the day, a guard will come to see if I'm okay every 90 to 120 seconds. LOL. Oh, did Casey happen to be in love with you, ? And then we just keep going.
She just asks these random questions.
I don't know.
Maybe these are all on her mind, and then she's like,
yeah.
Wait, he's asking me to marry him. I might as well ask them now.
Casey was someone from their group that apparently, like, really liked him, that sort of thing. And remember, in the other ones, he was like, I promise, she's lying. But now she's like, does she love you? And then she just carries on with the conversation. We've been in the papers every day, apparently. I haven't seen them, but hopefully can Monday. Everything related to me knows that I am in jail and whatnot, but don't know anything other than the charges and seemingly doesn't believe because my auntie says they still love me. Although it was as if I wasn't alive before. Oh, remember the gift I had for you? It was a charm bag that I made for your well-being and such. You may think it's stupid, but I put an unusually large amount of effort into it. I believe the planetary alignment and everything else that takes months to explain was correct, so it's still helpful, I suppose. I will play and Reiki you. You will have no choice in the matter. And then it says that she also told him that she wasn't pregnant from whenever they had sex. By saying, in regards to the first time I snuck out, we're safe. I want to be able to talk to you so bad, but I have far too much free time alone, mixed with my fear of isolation. Well, you're the only thing keeping me strong, XOX. I have so much She misspelled contemplate really bad, I'm sorry. I have so much to say and contemplate I have going on here. dreams filled with visions may help us through. So, all right. As this was happening, he was getting frustrated that he couldn't, like, see her. So he started dating a 14-year-old girl out of prison.
I just wanted to see how loud that was.
I got really close to the mic.
Oh,
14! A 14-year-old girl. So if it wasn't proven how much
moved up 2 years.
Oh my gosh. That's not very helpful.
No.
But, I mean, if it wasn't proven how much of a total
18.
ass.
I know. Oh my god.
It's not that hard. But also, you shouldn't be allowed love in general.
No.
Like, you just shouldn't be able to get it. I don't think so. Yeah.
This 14-year-old must be a little unsteady too then.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'm concerned about these children.
I really hope she's okay. Her name is Morgan. I really hope Morgan's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to skip ahead to the sentencing. Okay? Okay. So, because she was underneath the Youth Criminal Justice Act, her name wasn't able to be published in Canada after she had become a suspect. I guess people just don't use it now out as a courtesy. And
Why
12
does she deserve courtesy?
She doesn't. But under that same act, 12 is the youngest possible age at which a person can be charged with a crime. So if you were underneath 14 at the time, you couldn't be tried as adult. Like, you couldn't be sentenced the same thing that adults could be sentenced. And you could not be given more than a 10-year sentence. Okay?
Okay.
So she had turned 13 by the time this was done. But she was found guilty on 3 counts of first-degree murder. And she is believed to be the youngest person of a convicted multiple murder in Canada. So did you catch how I said 10 years is the maximum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she spent 10 years in prison. 10. But that already counted for her 18 months that she had spent in custody. And then it was 4 years in a psychiatric institution and 4.5 years underneath conditional supervision in the community.
So honestly, it wasn't really just 10 years in jail. It was,
No.
I mean, she was just moving around.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like she had entertainment, basically.
And conditional supervision in the community, that just means probation. She just got 4.5 years of probation, basically. Oh, yeah. So, basically, they changed her identity after this. Like, entirely. Like, she has a different name now. Her record is clear. Like, entirely clear.
Not fair.
As if she didn't kill her entire family.
She shouldn't be allowed on school premises with children because she killed a child.
Yeah,
She
and
shouldn't be
then
allowed.
left.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I fully agree.
I just want to hear, like, what... I mean, I know she would never do, like, an interview now. Like,
No, because then people would know who she is.
I want to know, like, how she feels about her past.
I do too.
I wonder if she regrets it later.
I hope so.
Especially after, like, they weren't together anymore. Like,
I hope that
it was
she
all for no reason.
Yeah, it was literally... Yeah. So this one makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, by the way, she's just out now. Like, just... Yeah, no, she was released on May 6th, 2016. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Recent.
So this one makes me feel a little bit better. Here's Jeremy Steinke. So he was tried and was found guilty in a jury for 3 counts of first-degree murder as well. He was sentenced to 3 life sentences, 1 for each count, and the sentences are still being served. And he will be eligible for parole after serving 25 years.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean,
he definitely could have stayed there longer. I mean, both of them could, but...
Well, if he gets 3 lifetime, I hope that he has to live out that whole thing, and he doesn't get any parole.
And he also doesn't get to clear his whole identity.
That's nice.
It's still on his record. It's still...
Thank God.
I feel like, can you look him up today? Do you think he was
Kevin
able to
Steinke?
change his name? I mean, I feel like
Well,
anyone
he's still
can
in
change their
jail.
name. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But like afterwards, do you think? But I feel
don't
like,
know.
but even you could change your name if you really wanted to. You know?
Could,
So
yeah.
he probably.
I'm going to.
I
Because
mean,
I'm
yeah.
engaged. But
But no, like you could literally go to like. Do you go to court?
Like
or
the
something?
courthouse, yeah.
To change
Mhm.
your like first name.
that's something you can do. But
mean,
I
it's
don't know if you're
sad, but-
able to do it if you are a convicted felon or anything like that.
Oh, that's true. I didn't. Think about that,
I'm
maybe.
not too sure. I mean, I'm not a convicted felon personally, and I've never tried to change my first name.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Thank God. But wow.
I feel like my voice is so much more downhill than it was at the beginning of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
It's 1 a.m. now, by the way. That one was really rough. The roughest thing about it was, well, we didn't touch much on the murders, you know? Obviously it was the whole point of it, but
Yeah. But there was so much backstory and like after story and
Yeah.
after whatever aftermath. There
and
we
I
go.
missed out like a lot of the facts there just because of time. Like we had a lot to cover here, man.
I mean, there is that book that if y'all are interested in more of the
Yeah.
details.
The book
it's
that I based all of it off of is
Runaway Devil by Robert Remington and Sherry Zickafoos.
Zickafoos, yeah. Sounds
Zickafoos?
good. It's really
Sounds
good. The book was really well done, and it does get all of the points across. Like, it
And
tells you about
And
everything.
it has some pictures.
It does. Pictures that you can Google if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. There you have it.
That was the Richardson Family Murders.
By a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Who was just in love
With
with
a 23-year-old.
and didn't even stay together.
Oh, yeah.
Just what a... It just makes me mad that, like... I mean, okay. Hear me out. They did all of this to be
Yeah.
together, right?
Yep.
It makes me mad that they're not at least still together. Not saying I want them to be, you know, but like...
It would have put... Sadly, their deaths would have had, like, more of, like...
a little bit of something to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Not
I
a
get what you
meaning
mean.
because they did not deserve to die at all.
No.
100%.
Yeah.
But at least like it wasn't like for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to come across.
No,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
I hope y'all understand.
You're definitely
like,
not
yeah.
trying to say that they...
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
deserves to die.
No.
Literally.
Except maybe JR. I'm just kidding. I don't want her to die.
But
I just want her to know that what she did wasn't okay.
I mean, and I hope like she knows now.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't.
Yeah. But if you do an adult... I heard this, I think, on a podcast, but it says you do an adult crime, you gotta do the adult time. But she did not.
That's so sad.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, there you have it. What was that one picture you like skimmed through?
Oh, well, thank you for listening to our episode all on the Richardson Family Murders. So,
I hope you enjoyed this story.
yeah.
Oh, no, I saw that before. I mean, it was very intense, but it also is very interesting. I mean, of course, that's why you're listening to these true crime podcasts, because
Of
they are
course.
interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, once again, we follow us on Twitter at
Party_horror.
follow us on Instagram at
Horror Slumber Party.
and
Podcast.
podcast. And also email us if you have any stories of your own or experiences or
Input. I want to know.
input. Or it maybe there's another story you want us to cover. I don't know, but email us at
horrorslumberparty@gmail.com.
and there we go. Thank you guys so much for listening.
This was a long one.
It was an intense, but you know, don't worry, we'll come at you with more Abraham Lincoln ghosts or something.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. For sure.
But no, thank you guys for listening, and for those real people who are actually listening love you.
I thought you were ending it and then you just
No, I love you. But yeah, anyways, but good night and scary dreams.
Bye.